Hello everyone, it's Omae and welcome back to the brand new video. So today I'm going to show you guys a 1 versus all 3 bosses team for PKA against Collun, Garp and Rodo on Auto Plus. So this is the ultimate convenience here. Once you've cleared your high level PKA bosses and you now want to just settle and play all 3 bosses on Auto Plus, this is the team for you to use. Nothing changes. 1 team slot is all you need for this team to work, and we are using the same supports against all 3 bosses. We are running a friend captain, Robin and Crocodile. You need to add this legend yourself. No one's using this character as their captain. You won't be able to find friend captains. You need to put your own Robin and Crocodile as one of your captains. Sort your friend list by time, and this Bandai will give you a friend captain, which is just a reflection of your own Robin and Crocodile. So that's very important detail. If you don't have Robin Crocodile, this team is not practical. Let me just clarify that. You need Sanji and Nami for the Auto Plus. The Sanji forces Kara to activate on stage 3. The Nami forces Robin to activate on stage 4. And then Auto Plus allows us to automatically activate the rest of your specials on the final stage. Now, very important detail, Robin needs level limit break 5 and also limit break expansion. This is a very important sailor ability. On 2 of the bosses on stage 4, we do get special rewinded and we need Robin to resist that. So this is a really rock solid formation. The reason this is the case, there's a lot of orb manipulation, block slots, paralysis slots, poison slots across the 3 PKAs. Kuma changes all of your slots to rainbow as a sailor. Nikabani locks those slots, and remember, rainbow orbs cannot be changed. So that's one very key detail. Second, we have Carrot becoming the captain for stage 3 and stage 4 with her special ability, and she allows us to evade enemy defensive effects. There is so much barriers in this piece of content for stages 3 and 4, and also enemy defensive effects like damage reduction, threshold. There's even damage nullification against Garp. So Carrot as a captain allows us to evade all that on stages 3 and 4 as the captain. And then on the final stage, Nikabani, since they are the captain and we have an int support on them, their special will allow us to evade all the defensive effects on the final stage. Then we have special bind on the Collun boss on stage 3. So we use the supports of Reberi Sabo as well as Garp, who doesn't need 6+, right? Remember, supports remain the same. 6 plus and also in the unsuper evolved form, so you don't need that Garp to be super evolved, the exact same support ability, right? But he's gonna allow us to get around 3 turns of special bind for the crew, 2 turns from Sabo, and that will allow us to use Carrot special on stage 3 since it'll be all removed, right? The ship really doesn't matter. Any ship that gives -2 cooldown will work. Nikabani needs limit break expansion for cooldowns. Same goes for Carrot, and you do need the Mihawk support for cooldown. We don't need it for the end of turn damage. Don't get it wrong. We are using Robin and Crocodile, who poisons the enemy on Collun boss to get around resilience. We need Mihawk for the cooldown. That's basically it, right? So that's a basic rundown here. Kobe's not really doing much in his special. He's just there for the Garp support, and we need Sabo. There's no other alternatives for these supports. And then Robin Crocodile, they don't need to be limit break expanded, but this character is great. I mean, this unit is super busted for these PKAs. The captain ability removes 3 turns of bind. It helps on 2 of the bosses. They also extend orb boosts and color affinities, so the 2-turn orb boost that Carrot gives in a special on stage 3 will be extended to 3 turns, so it will last for stage 4 as well, making it very safe damage wise. And also, since Kuma is a warlord character, when he uses his special, we get an enemy increased damage taken through immunities for the final stage. Their special gives the enemy weakened status through immunities on the final stage, so that's a massive damage amp. They also give a chain boundary, which is great for getting around the chain minimum attack down on the Garp boss. And then they remove defense up, which is also on the final stage of Garp boss, and also gives poison to the enemies, getting around resilience on Collun. So this unit's great. Amazing special and captain ability for this quest. Just an irreplaceable unit, man. So we are using him, this unit alongside Nikabani as the hybrid, right? So let's get straight into it. We're going to start off against Collun and then work our way backwards. Now, why would you even use this team if it's not giving you as like a lot of turtles? We only have Robin as a booster, right? But at the end of the day, you are getting very premium rewards from clearing the boss hexes. By that I mean the previous bosses, Rodo and Garp. When you defeat them, even at level 90, you get some insane rewards. But also, if you are someone who did end up pulling at least one booster, then you get a Heim turtle for every quest you clear, right? So even if you're not getting a lot of duplicated daimyo turtles, you're still getting a lot of Hime turtles from just clearing the quest. You don't need a lot of extra drops. I am working on a separate team that's going to give you a lot more drops, but I probably will have like separate teams. But there's a lot that you can do if you take auto plus out of this situation, right? So I will have a team 1 versus all, level 150 plus, but it won't be auto plus, right? But I'll try to make it like the exact same formation. You use the same specials on the same stages, just for unity's sakes, right? So stage 3, Carrot auto activates thanks to the Sanji support and gives us an all boost extended to 3 turns. We have rainbow slots. Collun, we can ignore the damage reduction thanks to Carrot's captain effect, and we remove the special bind thanks to those supports of Kobe and Garp. Very important. Stage 4 against Luffy, we still have an all boost, of course. And remember, it's a very important detail, but we actually have a break in the super tandem. We don't want to activate the super tandem of Nika Bonnie every turn because of the amount of animations that play. It's very slow. Regardless here, Robin removes the defense, the attack down and the despair. And then also gives us a self-proc conditional attack boost. We kill before even reaching Kuma. Now, if you want to make it even more safe and your units are very low invested, then you can swap Carrot's position with Kobe's, and that way you can get the super tandem to proc and make it a very easy kill on stage 4 if you just want to be super safe, right? The final stage here, we give the enemy defense down thanks to the support of Mihawk, and we still have the conditional from Robin for defense down. So Mihawk helps with damage quite a lot there as well. Chain boundary, enemy poison, enemy weaken status thanks to Robin Croc. Since they're in their dual form, Kuma will now allow us to get increased damage taken to the enemy as well as a color affinity. Releases Kobe from bind. Kobe gives an all boost of 2.75x. So the damage is just out of this world, man. It really is. One thing I really hate is that it plays all this animations. Even though we've already killed Collun, we have to attack with all our characters before the poison kicks in and kills him. So it is a bit of a waste of time, but I mean, it's auto plus, man. What are you gonna ask for, right? So that's pretty good. Kobe final tap, super overkill. I mean, this is ridiculous, man. Okay, so there we go. Collun has been defeated. Let's move on to Rodo. Okay, so now we're going to go up against Rodo level 90 plus. And for this one, it's a very similar situation. Carrot is carrying on stage 3 and 4. Stage 5, we're actually just ignoring the attack down. It's only 70%. And with how much damage we have, it's really not that big of a deal. So what's really cool here is that if you want to play this manually, you can beat level 100 plus with this team. I did try it before because you have access to the EX super of Nika Bonnie and then of Kuma as well. It makes it so much easier when you use both of these specials twice using Kuma's EX super. But of course, it's not possible to do that with the auto plus right now because we don't have an auto plus that allows you to activate the EX super on stage 4. We only have Chopper Sai for stage 3 EX super, which is a bit annoying. Carrot activates, very easy kill. Now, when it comes to Carrot, I do think you need level limit break 5. I'm not 100% sure. You definitely need the super evolution, otherwise the captain effect will be very mediocre. Let me just look up here on the database. Carrot, I'm pretty sure she still gives 100% defense down even before this level limit break 5. Robin, of course. And remember, these specials are taking quite a while to activate. That's the main problem with Auto Plus. Yeah, I just checked, and Carrot only gets the defense down when she's level limit break 5. But the damage is pretty good, and it's only level 90. I remember at lower levels below 100, stage 3 has much lower HP. So it could still work. You can try it out, but yeah, that defense down is very important. Okay, so Auto Plus will allow us to use Kuma's special, Color Affinity, remove the bind, Kobe. And yes, as I said, we only have a 70% attack down. We can just ignore that. We have rainbow slots, so we're not affected by the enemy's orb-based damage reduction. Chain boundary, weaken status. The whole works, and it's a very easy kill. Annoying animations. And then, as I said, we can survive the death hit. It is a 80k death hit, I'm pretty sure. Well, we have a pretty good amount of damage reduction from Robin Croc's Captain effect. That's pretty cool, I guess. So let's see what we can do against the final boss, which is Garp. So Garp is definitely probably like the second most annoying. I think Collun's actually the easiest. I hate that Collun gives special bind on stage 3, since it's the only time we get special binded in all 3 of these bosses. So it makes it very annoying to make an Auto Plus, which is why we're using those support abilities, but I digress. Against Garp here, at level 80 to 99, stage 3 we have damage nullification and a barrier, so once again Carrot will allow us to ignore that. Stage 4 rewind, Robin is ignoring that, of course. She also gives a self-proc conditional attack boost, and we still have Carrot as the captain, so we ignore the barrier. And then on the final stage, we will use Nikabani to ignore the damage reduction. We can ignore the burn, it's not doing much damage to us. And then also Nikabani removes the despair. And then of course we do have the Robin Crocodile giving us a chain boundary to ignore the chain minimum attack down, of course. So let's see how we go here. Okay, final boss here. Man, oh man, there's probably a way to make this team better, like in terms of adding more boosted characters. When I talked about the defense up removal from Robin and Crocodile, that's more cases towards level 100 plus. So I mean, they're not as required. You could potentially try and use Vivi as a friend unit. The chain minimum attack down will get you because you won't have a chain boundary though, so maybe just stick to this team, right? So stage 3 Kujaku, damage null. Blindness we can ignore. The barrier, Carrot ignores as a captain. Now, when it comes to Carrot, I'm pretty sure she needs a limit break expansion. We need a -2 cooldown ship. If you do have a -2 cooldown ship, you might not need that expansion. You can just test it out for yourself, right? Stage 4, as I said, that Sailor on a Robin is extremely important. I mean, she's not doing a utility here, but she's giving us a lot of damage. That plus the orb boost from Carrot allows us to kill here. Nice. Before even the super tandem. In the final stage, damage reduction, despair, instant burn, and chain minimum attack down. Now, even though Nikabani's cooldown isn't ready, Kuma will give us cooldowns, and then the game will revisit Nikabani. Even though they missed the activation because of their lack of cooldown, the game will still go back and use their special, which is pretty nice, right? Remember, Auto Plus activates specials from top right to bottom right, then left top to bottom left, right? Pretty easy kill there as well. So that's the basic rundown of all 3 of these teams. Hopefully you found this helpful. I definitely think there's room for improvement in terms of boost, also making this much more easier at level 100 plus even, which is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make a level 100 plus Auto Plus team that works against all 3 bosses. It's extremely difficult, I guess, but I think it's possible with the Robin and Crocodile combo. The amount of damage they provide is just immense. I'm so close. There's always just one gimmick preventing the team from working, but hopefully it'll all work out in the end. I'll try to also get just regular teams for level 200 plus against each individual boss up. Those should be quite easy, right? So I'll try to get those up as soon as possible. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, and I'm out.